Hello YouTube. Right, back to the hitch point. Right, I said in the last video that I'd run it for a few weeks with a temporary paint coat, see how it runs, see if any issues appear, see what modifications might need to be done, and I had a modification I wanted to do just to make it stronger. Well, we've done that, and we're now on the position of going for the stronger thing. My bike's going in for a service, and for the service I said I'd take it off and make it easy for them to work around the bike. So I thought that would be an opportune moment to do this modification. Now I've checked it over, I had a look, and I do apologise if you hear very loud bangs. That might be a regular thing because of where I live. It's kind of strange, but they're very loud. I don't know if it's work going on nearby or it's a steel mill that's not quite a few miles away, but you can still hear the bangs. Right then, so what I've done is I've checked it, I've cleaned it up, taken it off, cleaned it up. I've not had any issues while riding. It's been stable, and I mean absolutely rock solid. No cracks have appeared. I've had a look at the paintwork. There's a couple of chips, but it was a temporary paint coat. But apart from that, no cracks seem to have appeared, no weaknesses seem to have appeared. Just what I've cleared up now is where I've got, and I've cleared up around where I joined the two tubes together, and it's just as good as it was the day I welded it together. So what we're doing here is I have done a couple of these. I'll just show you that. So I had a couple of these lying around, left over from when I did the rear rack. These are actually from the same metal and from the rear rack, and I thought they'd look quite good. They strengthen it up ever so slightly, but also look in keeping and be practical because I could put bungees on these, so it'd all tie up the bike. And I've already prepped the end, so there's a little curve there. So yeah, I've got two of these. I've taken off all the shiny bits around where I'm going to be welding, sanded it back. Yeah, there's the shiny bits where I was welding, sanded it back, and just put a little flat spot there so it connects to the tubing. And then you can see the curve. Can you see the curve there? The curve there is also in keeping with the tube, so that should give us a good penetration. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld there, and that should give a bridge over where I joined the two tubes together. So basically it's a little bit of extra strength. A little bit may be enough as such, because if a crack does appear where I think it may appear from past experience, this will actually bridge the crack, and I'll be able to get it home and repair it quite easily. So let's get on with it. Right, as you can see, it's pretty much at the same angle as such. It's close enough that it's not going to matter. Got my gloves, got my 1.6, so we're at 80 on the welder, and it's still really hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a tack weld in just along there. Let's charge it up. There we go. Tack welding on this side and on the underside here, and then what we'll do is once that's done, we'll tack weld there. We can take this magnet off, tack weld there, tack weld there, and then we can do a proper finish weld. Right, let's get on with it. Go. Yeah, we're good. So just clean up those welds and then we'll do a proper weld on this side. Actually, what I want to do possibly is to tack the other side and then do all the welding as one bit. So if we tack the other side, Right, there she is, all done. All done. Both sides done. The whole thing's painted. What it is that, and on the other side was where the original joining the two tubes together. So that's a weak point, but then again, got 4mm of steel there. So what I did is I've bridged the weak point to just bring out leverage, just to strengthen it up and everything like that. And then cleaned up the welds, which you don't need to see because I've done it before. And then I've painted it, which you don't need to see because you've seen that before. But effectively, I've used this stuff, which is tough paint, or tough black as I like to call it. It's, yeah, hopefully it'll work just as good as the powder coat. But I'm really pleased with how it's all turned out. It's wheel paint, basically. But I'm really pleased. I can put bungees on there for strapping things down. That's just a little bit added strength. I don't think it was needed, but hey. Right. It's done. I didn't need to show you everything because watching somebody do something over and over again, the same thing, pointless. But basically, that's where the join for the two tubes was. So basically, I've bridged over the top. I've just strengthened it ever so slightly. I don't think it's needed. I think these tubes are strong enough already to do the job. I just wanted a little bit extra. Plus, I wanted something that married with the bike, so it looks good on the bike, with this little bit of scrolling, matches up with the rear rack on the bike. So I just wanted something, plus I can put bungees on there and we can work from there. So I've cleaned up the welds and I've painted it, and I've painted it up with this stuff, which is tough paint or tough black, which you can get from most retailers. You can get something very similar to this. It's for wheels. So it's supposed to be chip resistant, which is what I needed for this. I wanted something that's going to be almost as good as the powder coat that I originally did. But yeah, I'm really pleased how it's coming out, and I'm going to put it on the bike and I will show you how it works with the matching up of the rear rack. So here we go. Well, it's on. I can see I couldn't really go any further backwards because of the indicators. So we've got it there. It's on, and I've polished this, and it's still pretty good. But as you can see, it marries up with this one up here. So effectively, I'm tying the things together. All I've got to do now is, oh god, that needs a clean. Now redo the trailer as more aesthetically pleasing. I've got a plan for that. But yeah, that's that done. And we're in business. Now you can see it from the other side, with the panniers and everything like that. But it marries up really nicely. I like the way it ties into the bike. A little bit of added strength. I don't think it was needed. I think the tubes that I use is strong enough, and we ran it for a period of time as a run-in, and I'm really happy with that. It's solid as a rock, to be honest. The paint, the tough paint, it's the same price as that little can that I bought from Halfords. That little can that I bought, which didn't even do one coat, and I had to buy the primer as well for it to work, and then I used matte black paint on it, so that's 3 coats. So you're looking at about 14-15 quid there in paint. This tough black, £7.50 from Wilko's Motor Save, tough paint, and one can did 3 coats, 1 can. And it's supposed to be chip resistant because it's basically wheel paint, so it should work really well. So we'll see how it goes down the road. We'll see. But I'm just about to take it for a test ride to see how make sure that it's all bolted up and it's all solid and stuff like that. And then jobs are good, and we'll start work on the trailer, which I do have plans for. I'm going to make it a feature that it looks mucky quite a lot of the time. I'm going to make that a feature. So maybe keep tuned, keep watching, and we'll get there eventually. I've got an idea, it's in my head. All I need to do is find a very specific piece of artwork. We'll leave it at that, we'll keep you guessing. So anyway, see you next time, YouTube. Ride safe. Goodbye, YouTube.